Hi everybody, Rick Kemper here at Western Wyoming College with one last message for my online technical writing students about preparing the final version of our workplace research report. We've been working at this deal now for the better part of 2 months, right? We're approaching the final version. We've got all kinds of feedback. You guys have written first versions. You've heard back from a couple of your colleagues in the class, maybe even more than two. You sent the essay over to Smart Thinking, heard back from them, Turnitin feedback, as well as feedback that you have recently received from me, both audio and visual, right? Both the recorded message and words on the screen. All kinds of feedback, right? And plus your own feedback. We end up being our best critics. Criticism is a good word, right? A neutral word. And one of the goals of a class like this is we put on a different hat, and we say, hey, I've written it. Now I'm going to go back and be my own best critic, my own best friend. All these different voices, in other words, making suggestions as to how to make something that's good even better, how to make something that's very good excellent. This is the way the workplace works, by the way, the collaborative 21st century workplace. It's the way it should work. It's the kind of job I certainly wish for you in whatever professions you pursue, right? That we are not alone at our computers all the time. We spend a lot of time in front of our computers, but what we aim for is an environment where we help each other, give each other suggestions, collaborate to build whatever it is we're building. We're stronger together, right? Whether it's a machine we're building, a computer, or something out of words, such as the case with this essay. So now you've got all this feedback, and if it's printed out, you're spreading it out on a big table in front of you. If it's feedback on the screen, you're figuring out a way to manage it. One thing I suggest is printing out a copy, a hard copy of your essay, and then you can go through all the feedback and make changes and suggestions by writing on the essay next to your computer screen. That's one way to keep track of feedback, especially in the computerized environment when you have 3, 4, 5 different screens. Okay, figure out some way to do it, and consider all the feedback you've gotten, from the macro to the micro, from the large to the small. Everybody's attempts, their best attempts to help out, deserves at least your consideration. Ultimately, you're the decision maker, right? You say, okay, thank you everybody for your help, for your suggestions, and ultimately, one by one, each item of feedback you, the writer, consider and decide upon. Okay, well, here I have a couple of files I want to show you that I think will help in the process of revision. The first one I want to show you, and this is in the Unit 6E assignment folder, okay, a new file called Workplace Revision Notes, Aiming for Excellence, and it just collects on one page many of the things that we're trying to hold together as we prepare the final version. Okay, you'll be submitting the final version in the Unit 6E folder to Turnitin.com when it comes due next week. Okay, just as we did with the first version. All right. One thing I recommend right now is that you consult the assignment description to make sure you've met the minimum requirements of the essay. In the Unit 6A folder, the assignment description at the outset told us what our goals were, who our audience was, and what the requirements of the assignment are. Okay, and there it is. There's the file that you were given several weeks ago. All right, good to look back at this file in the Unit 6A folder. Specifically, it gives the main features of the final version. That's where we are right now. It gives the main features that should be our goal. All right. The use of a visual, the 6 reputable outside sources of at least 4 different kinds that are part of the research requirement, and other aspects. All right, so there's one file that you will want to look back at. Back to our main revision notes. I also suggest, highly recommend, I created this form, an evaluation form that we'll look at together. This too is in the Unit 6E folder, an evaluation form that you can use as a checklist in revising your essay. Okay, here it is. You've got it in the Unit 6E folder, and these are all the elements that we are aiming for in this essay. I mean, you can scan from top to the bottom, and the first thing you might say is, oh my God, there's so much. Well, you know, it's kind of a complicated assignment. We never said it wasn't, but I will say there's nothing new here. I'm not springing any 11th hour, bottom of the 9th inning surprises on anybody. These are just the elements of a technical writing report that we have been talking about and trying to achieve all throughout. Areas of content, is the report sufficiently developed? All the main things, are they said? Elements of organization, from the title page on through the essay, the clear thesis statement, the elements of design, the technical writing version of our reports. I hope that whether in any work you do from now on, be it in school or be it in the workplace, you'll be incorporating elements of design into your work. Use of sources, use of visual, matters of style and tone, assignment format. Okay, so here is the evaluation form for the research report that you will want to consult. One other file that I want to call to your attention is the handout called Model Citations for Gathering Sources. This was from the Unit 6C part of our research report. So you can find this file there. This is, as you'll remember, works cited listings that I took from some of the work from you guys, some of the work you guys have done, and I have put it into a single sheet. So you want to be sure to revise the works cited listings that are on the final page of your report. Okay, first versions didn't always turn out right. Why would they have? Documentation's can be a little complicated, you know. So here are some models to go with the models in the appendix of our textbook that you can and should refer to as you are preparing the final versions of your works cited page. And remember, everything on the works cited page should be used in the essay itself. If you didn't use it, it shouldn't be on the works cited page. And remember as well, the first key word of the source of the citation on the works cited page, that's the word that appears in parentheses in your essay. Okay? Back now to the file we began with here a few minutes ago, the Workplace Report Revision Notes. The rest of what's on here are some specific tips of the sort that have been talked about throughout the unit. Format requirements, how the title page and the outline and the works cited page should look, the numbering of pages, just a few of those specific things that are worth looking at. At this point, I want to remind you and encourage and even assign you to go back to Unit 6D, where I posted a recording in which we talked through a couple of student essays, Marissa Petty's in part, and Jeremy Jordan's essay at greater length. Okay, you should go back to that video that I made in which page by page we went through this essay and commented on different things, right? The sorts of things that we aim for in these essays. Now is the perfect time to do so because it couldn't be more relevant as we aim to make grade A final version. So Unit 6D has this video in which I'm talking us through Jeremy Jordan's essay. So this is the last video I'm going to be posting for the class, and I want to finish with just a few general words here. You know, congratulations and thank you, right, for your efforts all semester long. It's not an easy thing, an online class that has a lot to accomplish like ours has been, and I've enjoyed working with you guys. And I have a wish. I have a final wish for you guys as you move forward into your careers, whatever that might mean for you. And you know, along with the general wishes of happiness and good health, the technical writers wish that you apply the things we've learned, that you transfer the principles and the particulars of this class into your communications, whatever they may be, professional or personal. I'll put up here a page that was on at the very start of the semester, right? The 8 principles of professional communication. I just invite you and hope that these things are in your mind as we struggle to make connections with other people. The need to shape the message for our audience, to come out of our own heads and to think about our audience, whatever the circumstance of communication may be, whether it's a note on the refrigerator, a job application, a letter, a resume, a report. Who is it that I am writing to, and what are their needs, right? There's the first and foremost principle of professional communication. Everything else is like a subset of that. Emphasizing our purpose, putting it up front there from the subject line, from the title, from the first sentence onwards, right? Making the organization visible, practicing information design. That means breaking things into parts. Don't let the computer make the decisions as to where things go on the page. You, the designer, you, the technical communicator, are breaking things into sections, subsections, bulleted lists, using text emphasis, using space, all these tools we have, all with an end to making things easier for our readers and making sure the things we want our readers to see stand out, cannot be missed by them, all right? The essence of our communication that we should aim to employ no matter what we're doing. Using visuals whenever appropriate. We love pictures, right? From kids onwards, we've loved pictures. Making the writing clear, simple, and correct. Acting ethically, doing the right thing. Being a good collaborator. Okay. These are the 8 principles that I list in the pursuit, the never-ending pursuit of success in communication. And how do we define success? Here's my last words here. We define success in terms of audience. Did my audience get what I wanted them to get? Did I make it easy? Did I make it impossible for them to not get the message? It's not all up to them, the audience, to go fetch our meaning. It's up to us, the communicator, to put the meaning out there in a way that they will see what we want to do, understand what we want them to understand, perhaps even act. This is the hardest of all. Act in the way that we want them to act because of the way we have communicated to them. All right. Well, I look forward to the final version of the essay, and thanks for all your good work, and best wishes.